they obviously portray the country not the way it is. Like, they don't mention anything about the positive vibe and the friendliness of people. Not at all. Yeah. And I actually think if it's your first time in Africa, that Kenya is a good place to start because the weather isn't that different from home, to be honest. It's super green everywhere and the people are just very nice. Everyone speaks English. So, you don't have to worry about, I don't know, being stuck somewhere.
How are you?
I'm good.
I'm good. What's your good name?
I'm Louisa.
So Louisa, where are you from?
I'm from Germany, southern part, from Bavaria, around Munich, in that area.
Oh, great. So for how long have you been around in Kenya?
We arrived last week on Sunday, so a week, and we are going to stay another week and then travel to Tanzania, Zanzibar, for 2 weeks.
Oh, great. So you've been in Nairobi for 1 week, huh? Have you walked around in some beautiful restaurants, national park? Maybe you can tell us your first impression about Kenya.
Yeah, definitely. The first day we actually came here to the center and we did a walking tour and experienced all the different neighborhoods. We even went downtown to the market stalls. That was incredible. Wow. Yeah, great experience. And we visited the giraffe center, visited different neighborhoods. We did a day tour to a tea farm. That was very interesting. They told us about how Kenya is actually the biggest exporter of tea in the world. We didn't know that. That was incredible.
Now you know.
Yeah, see? It's always so much to learn. And then we also did, we went to a mall just for shopping, obviously, and to the village market around here. And bought a little bit of art for home. Yeah, and just watch the people, It's so nice to see the energy and the vibe in the streets here and the dancing, the music. Yeah.
Did you go to National Museum?
Yeah, we did actually. We did that on the second day, National Museum and the Snake Park next to it. And they have a nice restaurant there too, so we got tea. That was great. And we learned about Kenyan history, for example. I didn't know that much about it, which was kind of sad. So I was happy. I'm a history teacher, so I would love to find out more about Kenyan history before the British came, especially. And then also how the whole independence movement started and everything. That was very interesting. Yeah.
You've told me that you tried tea. I don't know, masala tea?
I've tried masala tea just now, actually.
Oh, great. I wanted to tell me the Kenyan food you have tried and maybe you loved it.
So masala tea, definitely one of my favorites. It's really good. We also tried ugali, which is, I don't actually know what it's made of, but it was this shape and white. And
it's made of corn.
Okay,
that is maize.
Yeah, makes sense. And the texture. It's very dry and firm. And then you have a very nice sauce with it, and it opens it up a little bit. And I love it actually. It's really good, and it makes you full. Like, you don't need a lot of it.
And it's very healthy too. So you took it with chicken or fish?
We had fish with it, but I forgot the name again.
Tilapia.
Exactly that. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that was really good and a huge thing. This big. Yeah.
So about the tea, I hope you're going to take some Kenyan tea to your family.
Absolutely. Yeah. My parents actually love coffee, so I will take Kenyan coffee as well, but I'm more the tea drinker. So for me, definitely tea. Yeah. And I love Kenyan tea. It's really good. Yeah.
So let's talk about any culture shock you got in Kenya.
I would say compared to home, you definitely see a difference in the way that people approach each other. You're open to talk to anyone on the street. People openly smile. You see dancing around. And at home, people are nice too, but you have to get to know them a little better before they open up. So it takes a while. And I just love this energy around here. Everyone's just so, it's buzzing. It's a great city. So that's the biggest difference I see compared to my hometown.
You have seen the way people create content on the street and the way they enjoy themselves.
And they dance. And honestly, that's what makes me the most jealous, because they can dance so well. I'm so bad at dancing. And they just move so naturally. It looks amazing.
So tell us how you found Kenya and the way they show it on TV. Was it the same thing?
On TV, we actually don't get that many news, but then I obviously did some research before coming here, and if you look at the European websites, like the government advice for traveling, they portray the country in a it sounds dangerous, to be honest, and I knew, it's exaggerated, so you shouldn't pay too much attention to it. I just think it's okay, you have to be aware, you have to be careful,
Yes.
but they obviously portray the country not the way it is. Like, they don't mention anything about the positive vibe and the friendliness of people. Not at all. Yeah.
So is Kenya your first African country to travel to?
I've been to South Africa as a kid. I was 8 years old, and I still remember a lot, and I absolutely loved it. It's one of still my favorite journeys of all time. I'm very grateful to my parents that they took me.
Yeah.
But as a kid, you obviously only remember the positive things, and especially the animals, the lions, giraffes, and so on. So now, this for me as an adult, to imagine or to actually experience this is very different. Yeah, but it still I feel totally safe, comfortable. I'm just happy to be here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Apart from South Africa, any other African country?
In the north of Africa, I visited Morocco and Egypt.
Wow.
Yeah, both very interesting, completely different culture to here.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would say again, it's nice to experience different cultures. So same thing, I didn't feel uncomfortable or unsafe at all. But here, I still feel the people are, they're more relaxed, more easy to talk to. So here, it definitely feels more chill. You can just walk around by yourself, without any issues.
So what would you like to tell someone who is in Germany and wants to visit Africa for the first time? Is it safe to come to Africa? Is it a nice place? How is it?
Definitely. I would absolutely recommend you going there. It's the greatest experience. I just love being around here. And I actually think if it's your first time in Africa, that Kenya is a good place to start because the weather isn't that different from home, to be honest. It's super green everywhere, and the people are just very nice. Everyone speaks English, so you don't have to worry about being stuck somewhere. You can pay by card everywhere, more than in Germany, to be honest. Yeah, so it's very easy to experience the country and feel safe at the same time. So definitely, you should come here.
Right. What is one thing you have seen in Kenya and you don't have back in Germany?
You definitely don't have all the market stalls around.
Wow.
And my favorite thing here is if you take a car and you just travel around the city, in every street you have all these plants you can buy. Yeah? We have shops where you can go to buy these, but the quality here is so much better. You can see them growing and growing.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tell me something people don't know about your country.
About my country. Well, as you walk around here and you see a lot of culture, and in Germany it's a bit different. You don't see it that openly, but we have a lot of culture. We have a lot of regional differences, and every region has their own culture, so I think people don't really expect that, because everyone only knows about the bad history, obviously. But we have a lot to experience, and we also have a very, very nice summer, especially in the south. So it's not always cold and rainy as people might think. It's actually very good weather. Yeah.
So you'd recommend someone who wants to go to Germany during summer, it's the best time?
I would say so. I would say between maybe May to, let's say, late September. That's my recommendation. But then if you want to experience snow, definitely January, February, and then come to the southern part, to me, because we have mountains, so you can go to the mountains and actually experience snow. Skiing maybe, if you're interested. Yeah.